take a look at a very simple George Harrison song. This is, of course, Isn't It a Pity, from his, his 1970 album. I was about to say his first album, but he made two before that. But this is the first one that was really had mainstream songs on it and was a commercial, huge success. Of course, it was a triple record with two albums full of songs, although this one was on there twice. A little bit of padding, maybe, but two different versions, of course. And then there was a third LP that was just jam sessions that happened during the... So this was a really cool package. Posters and stuff. I should have brought it out here to show you right now. But fabulous songs. Wah Wah, Awaiting on You All, Art of Dying, Beware of Darkness, Apple Scruffs, Ballad of Sir Frankie Crisp. Anyway. And I might get to all of those in the near future because I'm rehooked on this since the album was just, last year, was re-released, a 50th anniversary extravaganza edition. Now, this Isn't It a Pity was really done, the second version, by the way, which showed up later on the album, really just had kind of a little different rhythm. But what we're going to look at here is this really delicate voicing that the piano did. So we really didn't hear much guitar in here. We heard some slide guitar parts a little bit later as the last 4 minutes kind of rambled on and faded out. But just this little 16 measure progression that has minimalist chord changes, chords that don't change very much. In the first 4 measures, only one note changes out of the chord. We only have 3 different chords and 1 note descends. In the second set of that, 2 notes descend and follow anyway. So it's a really cool pattern. But we'll break all that down coming up over the next segment or two. And there would be a lot of different ways you could do this with your right hand. Now, right there, I did it. But again, what the piano was kind of doing was hitting a chord and then a bass note. So we're hearing the bass notes off the beat on the ands and the chords on the beats. So we're just hearing this, and that's what I was doing right there. I'm playing a D chord capoed at the 5th fret. Now, so that puts us in the key of G. This is a G chord. If you play your G chord uncapoed with me, you'll hear that it's the same chord right now. But we're going to be thinking in this version as if we're in the key of D. So we're in the relative key of D, but the absolute key of G, meaning the piano player is thinking in G. What the capo does, and by putting it in D, is it really lets us play the same voicings that the piano played. And so what we have is this D shape of a chord, which has the 3rd on the top. And really interestingly, the first time through the chord progression, that note never changed. Second time through the progression, they both changed. And the third time through, we'll get to that, what happens in the other 2 lines. But there it is. That's half of the song right there, the first 8 measures. Anyway, so I really want you to hear it first. Listen to George's version from All Things Must Pass. And over the next few minutes, this won't take very long, I don't think, we will just talk about how to play this on the guitar. Now, I mentioned I was doing it with my fingers, but you could just as well strum it. And so the right-hand technique for this would be strum the top 3 strings and then come in with the bass note on the and. And if you miss one once in a while, it's okay. And then if you want to beef it up a little bit later to make it more intense, you could go into a heavier double time strumming because the quarter notes are going so slow in this. So the other thing I'm going to have at the end of this is kind of a challenge for you to figure out a way to do it in the key of G and get all of those notes a whole octave lower. Now, I'm not going to go into how to play that, but I will have the answer sheet up, and you can download it once you think you figured it out. Okay, enough rambling on about Isn't It a Pity? Coming up, we'll break it down.